Hey guys, welcome to another Surds tutorial. I'm glad that you guys have gone through all these Surds videos. Hopefully we will be finished soon. So just another couple more Surds videos and you would know everything you need about Surds. Okay, so the first thing I want to discuss is let's have a look at these two fractions here. Now, if you try typing them in the calculator, they will give you the exact same answer. So I'll let you go ahead and try type them in now. Okay, so if they are exactly the same, and we're looking at both of these fractions, and they look completely different, so the question is, how do we go from this form to this form? Now the process of going from this first one to the second one is called rationalizing, rationalization. Okay, because what's happened is the denominator here, which was the square root of 6, has been turned into 6. Right, so we went from a surd, which was irrational, to a rational number. So how do we do that? Well, if you have a look at the first fraction, which is square root of 5 over square root of 6, now in fractions you can multiply both the top and the bottom by the same number and the fraction will stay equal. So if you remember, generally with fractions, for example, let's say we had 2 over 3. Okay, 2 over 3. If you multiply both the top and the bottom by 4, then you will get 8 over 12, which is the same as 2 over 3. Right, so here I'm multiplying both the top and the bottom, both the numerator and the denominator, by square root of 6, and the top then becomes square root of 30 using the multiplication rules, and the bottom then becomes 6, right, because the square root of 6 times square root of 6 will become square root of 36, which is just 6. Okay, so what is the point of rationalizing the denominator? Well, because in maths, when we have so many numbers expressed in different forms, the convention is to rationalize the denominator so that when we ever look at two numbers that are both fractions of surds, we can notice straight away if they're the same number. Okay, so the convention is to rationalize. So you'll see that mathematicians, they hardly ever leave an answer in this form. They always rationalize the denominator. Okay, so let's do another problem. So let's say, okay, have a go at this one. Express this with a rational denominator. So I'm going to multiply both the top and the bottom by square root of 7, and I will end up with 7 on the bottom and 35 on the top. So I have rationalized the denominator. So with this second one, I would suggest that you simplify them first. Each of the numerator and the denominator can be simplified by breaking the surds down. So I have square root of 4 times the square root of 3, and the bottom is 4 times square root of 4 times square root of 5, and then I have 3 by 2, so square root of 4 is just 2, square root of 4 is 2, so I have 3 by 2, which is 6, times square root of 3 over 4 times 2 is 8, times square root of 5, and then I can just multiply both the top and the bottom by square root of 5, so I get 6 times square root of 3 times square root of 5 over 8 times square root of 5 times square root of 5. So at the top, the numerator becomes 6 times square root of 15, and the bottom becomes 8 times 5, which is 40 on the bottom. Okay, so that fraction here will give you the exact same answer as this fraction if you type it in the calculator. Okay, but we prefer to rationalize the denominator because that is the convention in maths. Okay, so let's do another one. Okay, so let's try to rationalize this one, which will require a little bit of binomial expansion. So here we have square root of 6 on the bottom, which means we're going to multiply both the top and the bottom by square root of 6. So what's going to happen is the bottom will just become 6, and the top we will have to expand it out using using the distributive law. So I have square root of 18, 6 times 3 is 18, plus square root of 30, and that's it, because these surds cannot be simplified any further. Sorry, I was wrong. 18 can be simplified into 9 times 2, so that's just 3, plus square root of 30 over 6. So the answer is actually 3 square root of 2 plus square root of 30 over 6. Okay, just gonna check the other one. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so that is rationalizing the denominator. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.